I just want to let you guys know for the remainder of this show, and really for the remainder of your natural born lives, it's probably best you don't try to be a hero.
Also new this morning, a Good Samaritan's car is stolen while he's in the middle of helping the victims of a car crash on the city's south side. 8 people were taken to the hospital, 2 of them in serious condition. A dozen first responders arrived helping the 8 people injured in the crash. At least one of the people involved in the crash was a teenager, but was able to walk to the ambulance on his own. Now, before all of that, a Good Samaritan, Jerry Bobo, saw what happened and decided to help. He says his own car was stolen while he was trying to do the right thing.
What?
So I pulled over my vehicle, hopped out, and I helped the woman, and me and this other man helped the woman out the car. And as I'm going to check on my vehicle is gone. So my car just got stolen while I was trying to render aid on the scene.
We do know that 5 of the 8 people involved in this crash were only treated for minor injuries. Police are still looking for Jerry's car this morning and the person who stole it.
Jerry! No! Man. Not Jerry Bobo. Shit, he got out and just tried. This is the world we're living in, folks, all right? This man got out and tried to assist some people who were in a car accident. Try to make sure everybody was all right. Y'all alive? How you doing? You know what I mean? And yes, Bobo theft. Not Bobo Fett, Boba theft, all right? He got his fucking car stolen. God
Get the fuck out of here!
This is no disrespect to my Chicago friends, because I got plenty of them, but this is some Chicago ass shit. This is like Chicago exports this kind of behavior. This is like, they're like, oh yeah, she shouldn't have got out of his car and helped. You know what I mean?
Get the fuck out of here!
This makes me feel like, this is how you know karma isn't real. This is the kind of shit that makes me feel like I often feel like I'm a little bit like of a jaded cynic. You know, I walk around and like people approach me sometime in the streets and I'm like programmed to be like, no, I'm not interested. No, man, I don't want to fucking talk to you. Like I got my guard up at all times. You know what I mean? And sometimes when that happens, it's like somebody like, oh, we're just trying to raise money for legless orphans or whatever. And I'm like, oh shit, I'm a fucking asshole. Like, they were trying to raise money for legless orphans, and I'm here being like, no, I'm trying to get to the Apple store. Fuck off.
Get the fuck out of here!
And I'm just realizing it was the south side of Chicago, for those asking. I'm pretty sure. I don't have it in front of me, but I'm almost certain it was the south side of Chicago. But these are the stories that make me justified in my curmudgeoniness. Curmudgeoniness. I don't know which word is right, but whatever. The shit that makes me feel like Scrooge McDuck sometimes, without the vault full of money, I'm like, this is the shit, because sometimes you stop and motherfucking you get your car stolen.
Get the fuck out of here!
You know what I'm saying? A friend of mine, a very close friend of mine who will remain nameless.
What?
He recently went to a little jazz bar club thing in Miami, and some dude, like fucking looks like one of the homies that was at the club or whatever, came up and was like, yo man, my phone died and I really need to make a phone call. Can I use your phone? And he was like, yeah, all right. And he let the dude use his phone for a minute. And then eventually this dude started getting further and further away from where my friend was. You know what I'm saying? And to me, like, if I lent somebody my phone in public, I would be like Hawkeye in this motherfucker. You know what I mean? Like, I'm real particular about my shit. And they just kept walking, and then eventually they had to go and track this person down. They almost kind of like left the building with the fucking phone.
Get the fuck out of here!
This is the kind of thing I'm talking about. That makes me feel like, damn, like I want to be believing in humans, but somebody comes up to me and they're like, oh, I really need to use your phone. I'm like, oh yeah, I'll tell y'all a story real quick before we move on to the next story. I was coming home from a late night function in Miami not too long ago. Stopped at a gas station, and a girl walked up to me in flip-flops, looking pretty drunk. You know what I mean? She was stumbling and slurring her words and shit. She came up, she was talking to me in Spanish. I said, excuse me, I don't speak Spanish. I don't understand you. You know, like, I mean, I speak a little Spanish, but not enough to understand drunken 1 a.m. speech. And she was like, I just been raped. And I was like, what the fuck? Holy shit. I'm like putting gas in the fucking car. And I was like, you just got raped right now? Are you serious? Like, and she was like, I don't know if she had a beer in her hand. I feel like she had a drink in her hand. And she was like, I need a ride. Can you give me a ride home? Now, I wanted to help this girl, of course, especially if she had been assaulted, which I wasn't 100% sure if it was true or not, because the way her vibe was, you never just know when somebody comes up to you with a story and you're like, oof, I don't know. This doesn't seem like it checks out right. You know what I mean? I've heard some crazy stories about people getting robbed like this. So this is why I'm fucking cynical. So I said to her, she said, I need a ride. Can you give me a ride? And I was like, well, I'm going to work right now. It was like 12:45. I don't know what job she thought I had. I was DJ or some shit, strip club security or some shit. And I was like, yo, check this out. There's no way I'm going to let a girl who is claiming being sexually assaulted just a moment ago and is drunk into my fucking car. But what I will do is make sure we get you the help you need right now. Let's go. So I was like, yo, let's walk to this let's walk to the window at the gas station. Let's walk to the Valero. And she was like, no. And she got like frustrated. And then I was like, okay, suspect. You know what I mean?
What?
I was like, if you were really in trouble, like really like you needed to talk to someone, you wouldn't give a fuck where that help was coming from. Am I wrong? I would have been like, yo, let's go right here to this front door of this gas station where there's surveillance video and everything. Everyone could see that you just walked up to me out of nowhere, and we could say, look, something happened to this girl. Call the police, call the authorities, get them here right now. All right? There's no way I'm Ubering you to your fucking house off that story. You should have just been real and just been like, you know what? Shit, I'm fucked up. I need a ride home really bad. Otherwise, I'm going to walk home in chancletas. I need you to fucking drive me home. And then I would have been like,
what?
Get the fuck out of here.
No. But I would have thought about it. The lying was fucked up. You know what I mean? And that's the story. The minute she said rape, I was just like, holy shit, this is fucking severe. We going to get you some help. Well, she wandered off when I tried to like walk safely towards help. And then I was like, okay. All right. And then somebody else at the gas station walked up to me and said, yo, what did she say to you? And I was like, yo, she said this, that, and the third. And he was like, yeah, she said the same thing to me. And I was like, it just didn't feel right. And I was like, nah, I'm with you 100%. Like I wanted to help her, but she wasn't letting me help her. And luckily, just so y'all don't know, like think I'm a cold, heartless bastard, as I was finishing up and exiting the gas station, a couple police officers pulled up and I did a circle back. On the way out, saw they were talking to her and they had it all sorted out. So, you know, hopefully she was okay.
Get the fuck out of here.
I'm just saying, I'm jaded and I'm cynical. All right. Come on, girl. This girl had a Magnum-sized Foster's in her fucking hand. All right. I was like, yo, if I get attacked, I love beer, I love alcohol, but if I get attacked, the last thing that you're going to see me holding on to, clutching, is my fucking drink.
Get the fuck out of here.
I'm just telling you. I'll drop that shit and run and scream and get help. Like the Foster's in my hand would be the last priority, all right? Oh, man, all right. The world is crazy out there, folks. It's getting wild. It's just the more we get. I was telling Burns this the other day in the studio. It's crazy how the world was so serene and so peaceful, yet under the implications of like a fucking virus outbreak that was killing all these people, but the world was so like chill. And now we're getting past that stage and we're like getting back to regular life, but that means it's fucking business as usual for the fucking madness.
Get the fuck out of here.
The GTFOH podcast.
Just what the world needed, one more podcast.
Get the fuck out of here.